He's back. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Cartoon Chris, your personal design daddy. After a long hiatus from Instagram, our boy Kanye is back at it. It looks like he came back to drop something off on us that he's previewing here in the form of some package design for McDonald's, a collaboration with Naoto Fukasawa, an industrial designer who's well decorated for his work. I'll start getting into who Naoto Fukasawa is in a second here. But I wanted to cover this because of course it has to do with design. It's new. I didn't think McDonald's packaging needed to be overhauled or anything, but it seems like some of these corporate brands are using celebrities to push and market their brands like more and more here lately. All right, so let's talk about your boy Naoto Fukasawa. All right, so again, like I said, he's pretty decorated as far as industrial designer goes. He's an author, an educator. He works in the field of product and furniture design, and he's most known for his product design and work with the Muji. It's a retail company. I think it's Japanese as well. And like I said, I've checked out some of the guy's work. He tends to go for that really clean aesthetic, the minimalist look, and some of his designs are a little forward thinking. I have no problem with the man's work at all. It looks well designed. It looks like something that you could pick up out of Target or something, or out of IKEA. But just a little more about Naoto Fukasawa and the way that he approaches design. I thought this was pretty important to share because it kind of goes into his theory, what he believes design should be, or the space that he operates from anyway, right, when he's designing some things. So I picked up a quote here from an interview that he did. His approach to design is around the relationship between the design and the behavior. Of course, if he's designing stuff like furniture and stuff, of course, like he was user experience definitely comes into that, right? Using terms such as design, dissolving in behavior, center of consciousness, normality, outline, and archetype to describe his work. Not sure what all those fancy buzzwords mean, but to me, it just seems like he has a focus on how the customer interacts with the product, and that's what he focuses on the most there. His approach relies on observing how people act and react in their everyday and finding solutions in these behaviors that link the design to the person. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I was right about that. In 2018 monogram, Fukasawa describes design as attributing countenance to an object in which design is accompanied by the environment and the context. Makes sense. I mean, you shouldn't be designing anything without context anyway. So, and the man is designing from Landon, you gotta be quiet. You shouldn't be designing without context anyway. And the man is designing furniture, of course. So this is an actual piece that's going to go in somebody's living room or what have you, or office, and so they're going to be interacting with with things like furniture every day. So it's good to have the context of how the person interacts with the objects around them, right? All right, now how do I personally feel about this design that he previewed? Of course I got to see more of it to get a good judgment on it, but so far, like, this is meta as You have a cheeseburger, right, on the outside of the package design. Like, it's like, well, no shit, we're gonna eat a cheeseburger out of this box. It's just, again, if you guys have watched my word art video, it's again design trying to state the obvious, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And then this design being just so meta as fuck. Like, you got a cheeseburger on the outside of the cheeseburger box with a cheeseburger on the inside of it. Like, this goes into a bigger problem that I have with Kanye, right? I know we hail him as this artist and designer and all this other good stuff. The man went to art school. This is coming from a good place, right? Before I jump off into this is coming from a good place. I'm a Kanye fan. I'm a fan of him so much that I would go out and see him in a concert. So this is coming from a safe space, a very good space. But Kanye is not a good artist, and neither was his boy Virgil Abloh. I'm sorry. He, as a musician, Kanye is amazing. As a designer and artist, no thank you. All right. And I can tell he's been to art school, so he understands art to a degree, right? Kanye is amazing when it comes to curating some things, like and incorporating installation art into his concert sets. Like that's all that stuff is installation art, if you know what that is, right? Performance arts, I think he's amazing at. Like I said, I think he's good at curating things like that. But as far as being an actual designer, like fashion design or any kind of design, like Kanye just doesn't cut it. I'm sorry, he doesn't follow any design principles. I can tell he's just not a trained designer. Okay, musician, fantastic. But what I really wish Kanye would stop doing is grabbing architects, or in this case, industrial designers. The guy designs furniture. It's a completely different lane. He's not a product designer, okay? He's not a he's not a package designer. It's a completely different lane. And so when we get these really wonky things, like the Life of Pablo album cover, where there's just text all over the place, and he dealt with another artist that's in a completely different field too, other than design. But so we get some really wonky stuff for him, and then just label it like genius art, when in all reality it's really just butchered. Okay, and it's the same way with this package design stuff right here. His boy Virgil Abloh, I don't think he was good either. He was just not a designer. I think the man was studying architecture, and Kanye praised him for for taking his knowledge of architect and implementing that into fashion and stuff. It's like, well, judging by the way some of this shit looks, I can tell. This shit's all over the place. So that's nothing to be praised. It's not groundbreaking. It's a mess. But I'm just one man in my little hole with an opinion. But anyway, so with that said, I'm not a fan of the design at all. I just really wish he'd go and grab some actual designers in those fields, and then you would see some really amazing stuff happening. Because the artists would know what they're talking about and what they're doing. But grabbing a furniture designer to turn around and design packaging for McDonald's, it makes no sense. And shout out to Naoto. I mean, the guy is great at what he does, but here in this lane, under the guise of Kanye, it's rough, man. And y'all just gonna run around and call it genius. I mean, but it's not. I love Kanye, but it's not. If he goes and grabs somebody from an industry that actually is relevant and makes sense, we'll see some amazing things. But this McDonald's shit right here, this meta shit, stating the obvious, a hamburger package with a hamburger in it, dog, it's a mess. All right, but that's my 2 cents, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. What do you guys think about this design? You guys love it, hate it, need to see more to have an opinion on it? Let me know down in the comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to this channel, and help me grow, y'all. Help me grow. Fuck with your boy. All right, y'all. Well, I just wanted to shoot this out real quick. Like I said, I'm excited that Kanye is back. I don't think he's back. It looked like his team posted this, by the way. But you know, I'm glad he's still in good spirit and he's still working and he's still just focusing on what he does best, which is just diving head first into the arts. You know, I have no problem with that at all. So, yep. All right, y'all. I'm out. Yow.